Jim, can I just get your assessment of that game today?
I think Altrincham deserve to win. We've shared 2 3-0 scorelines with them now. We beat them 3-0 at our place, they beat us 3-0 here. Truthfully, I don't think we deserve to beat them 3-0 at our place. I think they deserve to score on the night. I thought there was elements where they played well and they threatened our goal, and I thought they should have scored it. I remember Phil's comments after the game. He said it wasn't a 3-0 scoreline, and I'd be surprised if Phil's comments after the game were saying the same thing again, because although I'd say Altrincham were more clinical than us, I'd say that's all there was, more clinical. We were in the game, we got around their goal a lot, we had loads of opportunities, shots, hit the post, loads of 1v1s deep into their box, which are the kind of ones that you want really, cutbacks, last ditch defending. I just think, I don't think it was ever a 3-0 game, which again, like I say, to reiterate my same point, I don't think it was a 3-0 game at home. So yeah, our 2 fixtures against Altrincham this season, 2 3-0 games, but the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect how the game went today.
From your point of view, is it a similar tale from last week then, where it was kind of, we weren't quite clinical enough in our final third, whereas Altrincham were?
A little bit. I don't think the opposition were as clinical last week, but that's the groove that Altrincham are in right now. I thought we had loads more around the goal this week. Last week, I just didn't see us score. I didn't see how we were going to score, even though we did. This week, I could see us scoring. Like I say, the moments, saves, shots. First 25 minutes, Greg, I thought we were really, really good. Really on top in the game. And I just feel like I could see that one team was kind of in the groove. For want of better words, in the groove. Altrincham just in the groove. They had probably 20 minutes before they broke out. But as soon as they did break out, they had a chance. I think that's just a real self-belief right now with where they are as a team. And for the first 25 minutes that we had, we nicked the ball off them loads high. We managed to get high and around their box loads, but we didn't show that same cutting edge and conviction that they did. And I think I've said the same thing a little bit recently. It's just that we're trying to refine our rhythm. And having a lot of players back on the pitch all of a sudden will help that, but we will stutter in the meantime. But truthfully, Greg, with performances like today, we will win games. So I have no concern for this group winning games. I think we'll win plenty of games from here on in. We get the guys back who've had their first exposure to minutes today. Cian Hayes, George Nevitt, Adam Clayton coming on, Carol Mitchell 70 minutes. All those things really, they really, really help us moving forward. And I think with performances like today, we'll score goals. We'll score far more goals than we did today. But today, if I was taking my Rochdale hat off and I just came to watch the game as a neutral, I'd just say that the team in red had quality when they're in the box and the team in blue didn't on the day, because I know my guys have got quality. I know they all have. So on another day, we'll threaten and we'll score.
Despite the end result, obviously the lads coming back in, George Nevitt, Cian Hayes, Cairo starting for the first time this year, gave the fans a lift. Did it give the rest of the players a lift as well, and how much can their return help going forward?
I think it definitely did. It definitely helped them. I was, if I'm being honest, a bit risky with it. Like Cian not really training much yet. Adam Clayton not trained at all. Literally put him straight into a matchday squad. That's my choice. George Nevitt, pretty much similar picture. You're running the risk at this stage of the season of exposure versus protection, but obviously it's getting close to like the running type of time of the season, and I'm making a choice whereby I want to get those guys up to speed, and it might take games to do it. I'd rather them do it in game and maybe we don't win, because then I know in a couple of games time they're back where they were. And it's context, Greg. I just said to the group there, the context of all this. Altrincham is 7 years in, Phil's 7 years in to building something, 7 years worth of signings, 7 years worth of his own choices. I think I'm probably 7 months into a total rebuild from a team or a club that has been collapsing. And yet, only this season I look at other clubs, amazing clubs who aren't collapsing, who have had similar set of results. Man City this season have lost 3 league games in a row. That's the first time we've done that, but Man City have done that. I mean, if Man City can lose 3 league games in a row, we can all lose a lot more in a row than that. Southampton, another one. I just said to the players there, I think they're on the verge of breaking an all-time championship record for going unbeaten for so long, and yet in September, I think it was, I remember, I think it was 4 games in a row they lost. So it's important for me, at the head of all this, to make sure the group have context and know that I believe in them. I believe in them massively, and I believe the quality that eluded them today will return. I know it will.
And 15 games left, and if we do string a run of results together, that can do wonders, can't it, for league position? And
Definitely,
like
Greg. Definitely. We've got tough games coming up, but I suppose in any run-in, all games suddenly become tough. I don't forget what our objectives were at the start of the season, and we're still more than on track for those objectives, you know. But we can't help but be human and get our hopes up. You know, I'm human. I know the fans get their hopes up, because I do too. I agree with them. I know the team do. I've seen them checking the table recently when we're in, you know, pouncing position for the playoffs, and that's where the disappointment comes. Well, that's where I have to come in, you know, steady the tone and offer the context. Our objectives at the start of the season, we'll achieve them, in my opinion, but I hope we can find the type of form that we have, and I believe that we will, which will lead to more wins for the running, certainly. More wins, more goals.